So if you've made it this far, you know that we've solved the first hand layer. And thank you for sticking with me this long. Now this is the second video that's going to deal with the second layer. And the second layer is kind of the easiest layer of all the three. Once you get past this initial process, it'll get a little easier for this layer. And then a slightly difficulty increase on the last layer, but it shouldn't be too bad. So for the second layer, what we need to find are more edge pieces. So remember in the first video, we had these edge pieces that made up the cross. Well, that's the same process here, but these edge pieces, there's not going to be no cross here. It's just going to be edge pieces that are going to line up with just two sides. So for each edge piece right here, for each of these edge pieces, right here and right here, there's going to be two colors that are going to line up on the right and on the left, and there's only going to be one edge piece that has those colors. So let's start with this one. Okay, so I know, and by the way, my white is going to be facing downwards. Okay, so I know the edge piece, I know the piece that's going to go here is going to line up with the orange, so it's going to have an orange side, and it's going to line up with the blue, so it's going to have a blue side. And there's going to be one edge piece that only has those two colors. So when you look around the cube, make sure you're orientated correctly. Don't lose your orientation. Look around the cube, and you'll find an edge piece in that position, which is this one. So I found the piece that's going to be here is orange and blue. And there you go. I found an edge piece that's orange and blue. Okay. Now, if the piece that you're looking for is like already in an edge piece position, so for instance, I need, like for this area, there's a red and a blue, but the piece that belongs here is in another edge piece position on the same layer. I'll show you that in a second. For those who found it it's usually, most likely, you're going to get one on the top layer, like 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time, it'll be in the edge piece positions. If you have the piece, like say we're doing orange and blue right now, and your orange and blue piece is in this position, pretty much skip that for now and find an edge piece. So let's see. So find an edge piece like I have, orange and blue, where it's on the top layer right here, which are on the top layer. So just move to another edge piece that's going to be on the top layer. I'm pretty sure it's least likely for anyone to have all the edge pieces in the incorrect positions along these middle layers. So just skip to another two colors, another two colors that have an edge piece that's in the top layer. And luckily I have one for the orange and the blue right here. The orange and the blue for me. Edge piece is right here on the top layer. So once you have your edge piece that you want on the top layer, what you want to do is twist the top layer until that edge piece, so orange and blue, that edge piece's bottom half lines up with one of the colors. So for instance, the orange and the blue edge piece, I'm going to rotate it until it lines up with one of the colors, one of the orange or the blue colors. So in this case, it lines up with the blue. You could have it flipped where it's blue on the top and orange. In that case, you would line it up with the orange. But in this case, the edge piece blue lines up with the centerpiece blue right here. Okay, so the next step would be, once you have it lined up, you want to turn it the top side away from where it needs to go. Okay? So if you had this, say, flipped, and then you had it lined up with the orange, say if this was flipped and the orange was lined up with the orange, you would turn it away, the top side, this top layer, away from where it needs to go. So if it was on this side, you would turn it this way, to the left. But since mine is lined up with the blue, I will turn it away from where it needs to go, which is going to be to the right side. Okay? So just turn this top piece to the right side. Okay. Now, the next step is you turn the left side, this corner, up, okay? Where one of the white lines comes up on the right-hand side. So, that edge piece I lined up, I'm going to turn it away from where it needs to go. It needs to go right here. And I'm going to turn it away from where it needs to go. If it's on this side, you would turn it this way. Since it's on my right-hand side, I will turn it to the right, away from where it needs to go. Then I'll bring the left-hand side up, okay? Then I'll bring the top side back, okay? So notice how that blue is back to its lining position. And then I will bring the left side down, okay? Now, what I've done basically with these moves is I've lined up 2 pieces. And now the edge piece is now lined up with the corner piece. And like we did to put those corners in the first video, if your white is on the left-hand side, you will turn it to the left. And in some cases, for you guys, some of them may have the white facing to the right. In that case, you would turn that to the right. And I will show that move in a second. So if you have it facing to the left, turn it to the left, bring the right-hand side up, bring this back, the top side, and then bring the left side down. It's kind of putting those corners back again, like we did in the first video. Attached to those corners is an edge piece. And so when we put the corners back into position, the edge piece is going to be in the position. So it's kind of like attaching this edge piece to the corner, so when we reinstate the corner, the edge piece will also be reinstated. Okay, I'll show you another edge piece. So for this side, for this edge piece, I need an orange on this side, and I need a lime or light green on this side, or green on this side. Okay, so I'm going to look for the piece that has an edge piece that has a green and an orange. And I find one that it's in an edge piece position. It's in the same layer, but it's just in the wrong area. It's in the wrong area. It needs to go right here. So you're going to stick a wrong piece into this position. So just find any edge pieces right here. Right here. On the top layer, any of these edge pieces. And you're basically going to do the same moves, but you're knowingly sticking a wrong edge piece into that position. So I'm just going to take a random piece. So for instance, I'm going to take this blue and this yellow, okay? And I'm just going to, it doesn't matter where it's lined up. It can be lined up with the green, it can be lined up with the red. In either case, I'm just going to stick this into this edge piece so I can push this orange and this green that I need out. And you can you can put it on the right side and do the moves I just showed you, or you can put it on the left side, but the moves will still be the same. It'll just be orientated differently. So for instance, since on the right side, we would push it away from where it needs to go, right? And we know this incorrect piece needs to be put into this position right here. So we're going to push it away from where it needs to go. So in this case, since it's on the right-hand side, it'll push to the right, bring the left up, and then you'll go from there. But I already showed you that, and you can like bring it back and do the same moves. But I'm just going to do the left-hand side version. So the left-hand side version is, since you push it away from where it needs to go, so this incorrect piece needs to be put into here so we can push out this piece. We're going to turn it away from where it needs to go, bring the right-hand side up, okay? And then bring the the upper side back that you just turned away. Then bring the right-hand side down, okay? And then, like you do with the corners in the first video, since the white is on the right-hand side, you will push the up to the right, okay? And then you will bring the left side up, then bring the up back, and then bring the left side down. And notice how that blue and yellow we attached to this corner piece, so that incorrect edge piece we just stuck into that position. And because of that, it flushed this green and orange piece to the top layer. It's an amazing move to do when you get into that position. And then, like we normally do, you want to line up that edge piece with one of those two colors. So since I'm turning it to the orange or to the green, and I notice that it lines up with the green, you could have it where it lines up with the orange, where it's flipped. When the edge piece is flipped and it lines up with the orange. In either case, line it up, okay? Since it's on the left-hand side, it needs to go here, so we'll turn it away. In this case, to the left. Up to the left. So the upper layer to the left. Then we'll bring the right-hand side up, okay? Which will bring those that corner piece up. Then we'll bring the up layer back, right? So that the green's lined up again. And then we'll bring the right-hand layer down, okay? And now you attach these two pieces together. Now the corner is now attached to the edge piece. And like we did with the first video, since the white is on the right side, we will turn it to the right, okay? Right, and then we will bring the left side up, and then bring that right upper side back. And now it's all lined up. And now we'll bring it back down, and now you have that green and orange edge piece in that position attached to the corner, and your layer is still intact, and you have the edge piece there. You will do the same thing, same exact for those remaining edge pieces. So I will go through them real quickly. So I found an edge piece at the top. It's I know that the piece that needs to be here is red and green, so I will search for a top an edge piece that's red and green, and I found one right here. So I'll just rotate the top layer until that edge piece lines up with one of those colors. It doesn't line up with the green, but it lines up with the red. Since it's on the left hand side, I will turn it away from where it needs to go. So this needs to go right here, and I'll turn it away from where it needs to go. In this case, it's on the left hand side, so I'll turn it to the left. Okay, bring the right side up. Okay, bring that top layer back so that the red's lined up again right here. Bring the right layer down. Okay, and now that corner piece is now connected with the edge piece, and since the white is on the right hand side, you will turn it to the right, bring the left side up, bring the white back, the top layer back, and then bring the left side down, and it will be intact. Same case for this final piece, and obviously there's going to be one edge piece left, blue and red, and looking at it, there's only one edge piece at the top, blue and red. Line it up so it lines up with red. In this case, it's on the right hand side. Turn it away from where it needs to go, so the top layer to the right. Okay, bring the left side up, bring the top layer back. Okay, bring the left side down. Now you've connected that corner and the edge together, and then since it's on the left hand side, since the white is on the left hand side, we will turn it for your top layer to the left. Okay, we will bring the right side up so that these come up. Bring the top layer back, so now they're lined up now. And then you can just bring the right side down. And that edge piece, since it's connected to the corner, will fit into its position. And just like that, you have 2 layers done. Alright, click the next video to go move on to the final layer. Thanks for watching.